California on operations targeting immigrants who are suspected of being in the country unlawfully, and the National Guard, according to ICE officials, is providing security.
At their national meeting, Southern Baptists have overwhelmingly endorsed banning same-sex marriage, including a call for a reversal of the U.S. Supreme Court's 10-year-old precedent legalizing it nationwide. They also have called for legislators to curtail sports betting and to support policies that promote childbearing. A new United Nations report warns world fertility rates are in an unprecedented decline. More from CBS's Michael Wallace.
The UN Population Fund survey found most people want 2 or more children, but 1 in 5 say they will not have their desired number. They cited financial reasons, infertility, lack of time, or lack of a suitable partner.
The UN fears some countries will overcorrect like they did 40 years ago when they worried they had too many people. Now they're looking to boost fertility again. There are reports of another shooting in Gaza, this time near an aid convoy carrying flour. The reports come days after officials in the region say other people trying to get to aid distribution sites were also shot. CBS's Elizabeth Palmer with more.
Heavily militarized zone where the risk of being shot is pretty high. It is very difficult to secure and keep safe when you've got so many thousands of people so desperate to get food.
Brazil qualifies for the 2026 World Cup with a 1-0 win over Paraguay. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hey, it's Mike Rohn. If I have a choice, I like to do business with companies that actually stand for something. That's why I switched from Verizon to Pure Talk. No offense to Verizon, I'm sure they stand for something. I just don't know what it is. Pure Talk, on the other hand, is a veteran-owned company that supports our military in a big way, and I appreciate that. Yeah, I also appreciate unlimited talk and text and plenty of data for half the cost of the big guys, and I do like being on America's most dependable 5G network for just $20 a month. But what I really appreciate is no contract, no cancellation fees, and Pure Talk's commitment to handle all their customer service in this country. I saw it for myself. I went to Georgia, I got a tour of their headquarters, I met their CEO, and I talked to the same customer service folks that you'll talk to when you dial pound 250 and say keyword micro. Switch today and save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword micro. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
The population of emperor penguins in Antarctica has declined more than 20% over the past 15 years.
Researchers at the British Antarctic Survey, including Peter Fretwell, analyzed satellite imagery from 2009 to 2024 to assess the loss in penguin population linked to climate change.
If the sea warms up, that sea ice, which freezes over every year and melts every year, doesn't last long enough for them to complete their breeding cycle or to molt properly. And that really gives them a lot of problems.
Fretwell says the decline in emperor penguins in Antarctica due to a warming planet is much faster than previous estimates. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
The SAG-AFTRA union has reached a tentative contract deal with several video game companies that may bring an end to an almost year-long strike tied to the use of artificial intelligence. The tentative contract deal still needs approval by the National Board and ratification by union membership. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
Help your child get a head start on saving. I'm Mark Hamrick with a Bankrate.com Personal Finance Minute. A great way to begin teaching a child about money and budgets is to open a savings account. The first thing to remember is that you don't have to start out big. A savings account can be a teaching tool as long as the child is involved. Kindergarten is a time when a child typically begins understanding the basics. A regular allowance is part of the lesson plan. Searching for a bank or credit union, shop for an account with no minimum balance requirement or at least a low one, such as $1 to $5. You'll want an account that charges few, if any, fees. Some even reward kids prizes, and some will match the first $5 deposit. Go to the bank together as parent and child and show how keeping track of one's balance is part of the necessary homework. Over time, teach how interest works, further demonstrating the value of saving. By the time the child is ready to go off on their own, they'll be better off having been taught wisely about managing finances. For more, check out Bankrate.com. I'm Mark Hamrick.
Nothing but the best. Wave 105 FM.
Good afternoon. It is 2:05 p.m. and that is your time check on the bright side on Wave 105.1 FM.
Think you've got what it takes to win? Tune in every Friday on Wave 105 FM with Patty Arroyo for the Hilton Trivia Challenge. Test your knowledge and you can score dinner for two at the Hilton Guam Resort and Spa. It's brought to you by the Hilton Guam Resort and Spa only on Wave 105 FM.
You are tuned into Wave 105.1 FM on the bright side with Pauly Suba every weekday from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. You can listen to us on our website, thewave105.com, or watch us live on YouTube, Wave 105.1 FM Guam. If you want to reach us on the line, please call us at 671-922-1051 or 2. And you can also send us your comments on WhatsApp at 671-922-1051. The Bright Side is brought to you by Chili's Grill and Bar. At Chili's, more life, great food, and memories happen here. Code School of Guam. Learn, code, and lead the island's first coding boot camp. Your future in tech begins with us at Code School of Guam. GTA, we start with you. Local Jerk. Spice up your life with the hottest jerk to hit your mouth. Follow Local Jerk 671 on Instagram and Facebook or visit localjerkguam.com. Micropack. Get ready to shop till you drop at Micropack. Grads and proud parents, this one's for you. From May 1st to June 15th, snag your savings at all Micropack locations. You've earned it at Micropack. Sentinel Security Solutions. Guam premier provider of professional security services. Sherwin-Williams. Rain's coming fast. Are you ready? Defend your home with Sherwin-Williams Loxon. Engineer for Guam's dry to wet season shift. Build tough, made to last. Protect what matters today and ask Sherwin-Williams. Subway, eat fresh in just a few clicks. Order online at subwaypacific.com for pickup at your convenience or for delivery right at your doorstep. Online ordering at subwaypacific.com is powered by Good to Go, we deliver. At Subway, you gotta refresh to be fresh. Now is that time for your real deal traffic report here on the Bright Side. Slow traffic on Route 4 in Sinahania if you're coming from Ordot, heading to the intersection and near the Central Precinct. Slow traffic on Route 4 in Hagåtña if you're heading to the intersection near the Agana Library. And now for your traffic advisory for the week. From today, Wednesday, June 11th through Saturday, June 14th, the contractor will continue working on pavement striping and marking work between the Asan Beach Park and Dead Man's Curve, extending past Pacific Welding. Work hours are scheduled from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on weekdays and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday. Expect multiple intermittent lane closures in both north and southbound lanes during this time. And that is your real deal traffic report here on the Bright Side.
The views and opinions expressed in this show are that of the show hosts, guests, and callers. They do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the staff and management of Wave 105 FM, Glimpses Media, or any of our partners. As we strive to provide quality, respectful, and engaging content, we welcome you to participate in the conversation. Thank you for tuning in to Wave 105 FM, the sound of Guam. Enjoy the show.
All right, welcome to it. Another Bright Side right here on Wave 105. Biba Medcalis, it's Wednesday, June 11th. Well, here's our number, 671-922-1051. We're online, thewave105.com, as well as our YouTube channel, Wave 105.1 FM Guam. We are going to be speaking with, we're expecting a phone call from the program coordinator of Gala Guam, Hannah Mendiola. And so we're going to be having a conversation with her about this Gala Together with Pride mini carnival that is set for June 14th. So that's this Saturday at the University of Guam Calvo Fieldhouse. And so it's free. And it's family friendly and all are welcome. Here's an opportunity to support the LGBTQIA plus family and friends this Pride Month. So again, it's 2 to 7 p.m. at the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse in Manilao. Looking at their flyer, there's games, prizes, raffle drawing, entertainment, vendors, and food trucks. And they've got a lot of business partners that are supporting this event. So I want to have a conversation with Hannah. She's on the line now. Hafa Adai, Hannah. Thank you so much for the opportunity to learn more about the mini carnival that's happening this Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah. So real quick, for those that don't know, if you can, and it's also going to be a moment for me to be educated as well. Who is Gala?
So Gala, we are a nonprofit organization that focuses on serving the LGBTQIA plus community on the island, their friends, their families, and allies, to build a better world through support, education, and advocacy.
Yeah, and so Gala has been in Guam as a nonprofit organization since 2008, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we've been around.
And so on your website, galaguam.org, it says here, since our founding, we have been your voice, proudly serving on numerous coalitions, work groups, community boards, task forces, and establishing community partnerships that ensure social services and policies are inclusive of the LGBTQIA plus community. And June is Pride Month, right? And Pride Month is celebrated globally.
Yes, it's actually World Pride happening in D.C.
Right now?
Yes.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay. Do you know, can you share what that is, how they're celebrating there? World Pride.
Oh, it's a month-long, it's actually really a whole month. They have a bunch of different events celebrating through the arts, support groups. There's a ton of things going on.
Okay. Do you got family out in D.C.? I used to live out there, Alexandria.
Oh, no, but I do have quite a few friends all around the Pacific that agreed to go meet at World Pride.
Nice. Yeah. I love the DMV area, the D.C., Virginia, and Maryland area. There's so much to do there. Okay. So there's so much to do this Saturday from 2 to 7, right? And it's, again, I wanted to emphasize that this is a free carnival.
Yes, it is a free carnival. It's free admission. We've also made it so that business vendors can come and not pay vendor fees. There's no sales percentages.
Oh,
we
wow.
wanted to make sure this is as free as possible. Yes, we wanted to make sure we had an event for the community to come together in a safe, accepting space where they can be positively impacted and, really see what the community, whether or not they are LGBT plus, but see how the community supports them.
Absolutely. When I look at your flyer, you've got a number of sponsors, business partners, other nonprofit organizations, government agencies as well that is supporting this carnival and continue to support all the work that Gala Guam does, right, for our community and for the LGBTQ plus community as well. And so is this the first one that's over at the University of Guam? Normally, I remember it or the last couple years, I remember it over at Skinner, right? So you moved over to the Fieldhouse this year.
Yes, we thought it was a great opportunity. The UOG Fieldhouse, they were very gracious to accept our proposal. And so this allows more people to stay longer. They're not being chased away by the heat and, the element of weather. We wanted to make sure that people were comfortable, and so we're really glad that we've got so much support. Seeing this much support from the community, like all of our partners, really shows us that this is an event that should be happening. I'm super excited about it.
And so, understanding that it's from 2 to 7, what can people expect to see and be part of early on?
Oh, well, actually throughout, there will be carnival games. The earlier that you come, the more likely you will get prizes. Prizes are limited, but they will be distributed at each carnival game booth. There will be a little something to take away. For example, UOG Cooperative Extension, they're doing handmade bracelets. And then other booths, there will be face painting by Togi. Our partner Kind Tattoo, they're doing temporary tattoos, all Pride themed. So it will be a really fun event throughout. But yes, the sooner that you come in, the sooner that you can secure prizes. And then throughout the event, we're having a raffle drawing, greatly supported by our sponsors to provide these raffle prizes. But you can start sending in your or turning in your raffle tickets as early as possible. And we will have passports to services, so that will be a way to exchange for a raffle ticket. These raffle tickets are not being sold; it's just an exchange.
Wait, so this isn't even a fundraiser then?
No, this is not a fundraiser. We do have a partner that will be running one booth. It is a virtual experience, a TXT concert. Really cool, but that is the only booth that will be collecting donations for Gala. And then we also made it an opportunity for some of our organizations, partners, to fundraise for themselves.
I heard you say virtual what?
Oh, yes. It's basically a VR experience.
Okay.
But it's super in-depth. It's really, really cool. The imaging is amazing. So I'm super excited about that. I'm very thankful that Tsunabe Hope Project is putting that out.
Oh, wow. I got to reach out to them too then, because I want to. So what kind of experience does that look like? Is it the one where you put on the goggles and then you're holding like these remotes and you're like moving around in like a whole virtual world?
Basically, it's as if you have a personal concert by TXT.
I don't know who that is. Sorry. Who's?
Oh, no worries. It's a K-pop group, and they seem pretty popular on Island. I got to experience it for the first time, and the experience made me a fan. So.
Okay. How long is this virtual concert?
I believe it's about 10 minutes.
Okay. That sounds real cool. And so that's like a section of the field house that will be happening, and then they'll be taking donations that will go towards the work that Gala Guam does in Guam, right?
Yes. Yeah. So it'll help us put on more free events for the community. As much as we can possibly have, we want these events to be where people can gather. They're not, exposed to anything that harms their safety or their health, like substances. We do anti-substance use prevention, or we do substance use prevention with Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center throughout the year. So we've observed that these are the types of activities that really support the community.
As the program coordinator for Gala Guam, what does that look like? These campaigns when you partner up with Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness.
So we have been working under Partnerships for Success for a while now.
Yeah.
But most of our prevention work is done in high schools. We go into high schools and do substance use prevention workshops. They're culturally relevant, and our kids participate. They want to join again. I believe we've served at least 200 students by now.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, is Toki the same as Guam Hero? Is that a program with Guam Hero, or is that separate?
Togi is, I believe, independent.
Okay, my bad then. Got it. Okay.
No worries.
Well, so I wanted to learn more about some of the entertainment, right? So you've got I'm very familiar with Breaking Wave Theater Company.
Awesome.
Yeah. The performances that they put on are amazing. So they're going to be performing at the carnival? Like, is there a set time so we can prepare?
Yes. So they should be on at 4 p.m. We're excited to have them. They are going to do some of their popular pieces from the shows that they've performed and some other surprises as well.
And so I know Natibu, but this is the Natibu Dance Academy. Is this the one where Senor Vince Regis is putting together at the Guam Museum? Is it that academy?
Oh, no, Natibu Dance
oh, no, that's Inetnan. Sorry.
Yes, no worries.
Yeah.
Natibu Dance Academy is run by Dr. B.
That's right. Okay. When do they go on?
I believe 5. I might have mixed their time.
No worries.
But at 5 p.m., those are performance
Okay.
times.
I'm not familiar with Nolan Munya.
Oh, yes. So, as a nonprofit organization, we try to work with other nonprofit organizations and even student organizations. And so Nolan is actually from University of Guam Triton's Pride Alliance.
Oh, nice.
Yes, so we wanted to feature more students, and so we're super excited to see Nolan's performance.
Okay. And so the University of Guam, they have their own organization, and so like you just mentioned, Pride Alliance, right? And so I imagine that you are working with the Pride Alliance and then other organizations or just anybody in general, right, that wants to create safe spaces for the LGBTQA family and their friends and family members too.
Well, the awesome Pride Alliance is that they're a student organization, and so they are the first student organization or university student organization of their kind. So I'm super excited of the initiatives they put on. They help do fundraising, or they help fundraise for the Trinity Scholarship.
Uh-huh.
So that's their primary, fundraising. And then we also work with Equality Guam. They're also an LGBTQIA plus focused group. But yes, overall, we work with as many nonprofit partners as we can, especially the ones that do prevention work.
Yeah. I just want to highlight too how much support, or maybe, I mean, I don't want to assume, when I look at the flyer, you're getting support. And so from your perspective and from Gala Guam as the program coordinator, where do you see that support coming from? And can we do more to support these events as an entire island, as a people, as a community?
I think just showing up for people, especially the way that these organizations and business vendors have come together over the last month of planning, just showing up and letting people know that they are seen and that they have a safe space with them. I mean, our main goal after this event is for people to, throughout the year, whether or not it's Pride Month, for them to know that they are seen, heard, they're cared for by our island. And that's really how it should be. And so I think that message really speaks to people. And we're just grateful for the partnership going on. We only had our first one last year.
Yeah.
And so to see how much growth between years, I'm super excited about.
Oh, absolutely. Right. And so, again, just advocating for safe spaces, no matter what community or faith or background or, ethnicity anybody comes from, creating these kinds of events or just creating community in general allows for a thriving community on so many different levels. And so
exactly.
we can call people out for how they live their life if we want, but a lot of times it really comes down to, people want to have harmony. People want to live their life the way they are. And I think even for myself with my kids and whatnot, right? I love them, and and that's just period. Right. And so I love them, period. Maybe I don't love my neighbor, period, as much as my kid, but I respect my neighbor, period. I respect those that live in my community, period.
Yes, exactly. And I think, having where you put the focus on care, it really goes back and connects us to our culture, the way that we are. This is, I think this is as indigenous as it gets, the people in our community, no matter what. So yeah, I am totally on your wavelength there.
I love how you frame that, though. Yeah, because we do have to start thinking about how our ancestors lived too, right? Yeah, because they created a life for themselves here, and how did they thrive before any other society showed up?
Yes, and the people that really connect the cultural aspect to expression, I believe they are Gumagela. I mean, they've done historical pieces talking about Mount Florida, stuff like that. So this type of activity also allows us to know who else here on island understands each other. But yeah, definitely a topic of interest for me. And yeah, thank you so much for asking about our carnival. I'm super excited, and I hope people find a place here.
Absolutely. I mean, you're trying to figure out what is there to do this weekend. Well, there is a Together with Pride mini carnival that is free from 2 to 7 at the University of Guam field house, where you're going to see so many vendors. You're going to see so much entertainment. You're going to see performances. You're going to see people having a good time, enjoying each other's company. And like your flyer says, all are welcome.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Hannah. I really appreciate this. And again, if you have time, I'd love to just learn even more about the work that you do year round tomorrow here at the studio. And feel free to bring anybody in, and we can have a longer conversation about the good work that Gala Guam does with your partners too.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the invitation. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, Hannah, you take care.
You too. Bye.
Okay. They are also on Instagram, Gala Guam. And so, again, you can find the information. Everybody practically knows where the University of Guam Cowboy Fieldhouse is. So, again, it's this Saturday from 2 to 7. It's free, family-friendly. All are welcome. Support the LGBTQIA plus family and friends this Pride Month. And so they've got a lot of sponsors here. I'm trying to zoom in, but again, it's nonprofit organizations, it's businesses, small businesses, corporate businesses too, and you've got government agencies. All right, so we'll take the break. 2:29 in the afternoon. The Guam Fire Department has their budget hearing right now, so that's what's taking place at the Guam Congress building. And earlier today there were 3 bills that were heard under the Senator Telo Taitagui it's under her committee, and so they dealt with driver's licenses. They dealt with also housing. And so I have some information on that. We probably will get. I'm going to look into what the Guam Fire Department is talking about. I saw that there was they presented a PowerPoint on their budget, and so depending on how much information I grab during this break, we might just go there instead. So again, they are having their budget hearing. The Guam Fire Department is having their budget hearing with the Guam legislature as we speak. This is Wave 105, The Bright Side, with me, Pauly Suba, the talk of Guam. We'll be right back.
CBS News Brief. Protests against ICE detention stretch from Los Angeles to Chicago and New York. 67 people have been arrested for walking onto an LA freeway. This as California asks a federal judge to block President Trump's deployment of the National Guard and Marines. CBS's Jake Rosen.
The Justice Department attorneys call the California suit over National Guard deployment legally meritless and argue it, quote, seeks an extraordinarily unprecedented and dangerous court order.
Democratic Congresswoman LaMonica McIver is indicted on federal charges from last month's skirmish at a New Jersey immigration center. Our Matt Piper.
On social media, she writes that she will plead not guilty and says the facts will show she was simply doing her job.
President Trump and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth visit Fort Bragg ahead of Saturday's anniversary celebration. Hegseth telling the crowd,
we're also rebuilding our military. We'll have the first $1 trillion budget. You will have the best equipment in your hands to stare down the enemy.
CBS News Brief, I'm Jennifer Kuiper.
Help your child get a head start on saving. I'm Mark Hamrick with a Bankrate.com Personal Finance Minute. A great way to begin teaching a child about money and budgets is to open a savings account. The first thing to remember is that you don't have to start out big. A savings account can be a teaching tool as long as the child is involved. Kindergarten is a time when a child typically begins understanding the basics. A regular allowance is part of the lesson plan. Searching for a bank or credit union, shop for an account with no minimum balance requirement or at least a low one, such as $1 to $5. You'll want an account that charges few, if any, fees. Some even reward kids prizes, and some will match the first $5 deposit. Go to the bank together as parent and child and show how keeping track of one's balance is part of the necessary homework. Over time, teach how interest works, further demonstrating the value of saving. By the time the child is ready to go off on their own, they'll be better off having been taught wisely about managing finances. For more, check out Bankrate.com. I'm Mark Hamrick.
I'm Larry Magid with the Connect Safely report. The Family Online Safety Institute just released its 2025 online safety survey, and the findings are revealing. There's some good news. 89% of kids say that they feel comfortable turning to their parents if something online makes them feel unsafe. And 83% of parents agree that their child talks with them openly about what happens online. Less than half of parents use parental controls on devices like phones, tablets, and laptops, even though those who do report lower screen time and greater peace of mind. And over 60% of the kids surveyed use generative AI, often for homework or creative projects. Yet only half of parents and kids believe that AI will make them safer online. The full survey at connectsafely.org/radio. With the Connect Safely report, I'm Larry Magid for CBS News.
Craving something spicy? Local Jerk's the Nancy and beef jerky will blow your mind. Veteran and locally owned, we bring the flavor. Visit localjerkguam.com or grab yours at Navy Exchange or Day by Day in Petey. Local Jerk, the hottest jerk to hit your mouth.
Hafa Adai at Wave 105 FM. We want to talk. We want to talk about the things that are important to our island and our community, and we want to talk with you. If you want to join the conversation, if you want to chime in, we welcome it. We welcome all points of view, all thoughts, all perspectives. Call or WhatsApp us at 671-922-1051. If that line is busy, then call us at 922-1052. This is Talk for Everyone. Thanks for listening to Wave 105 FM, the Talk of Guam.
Back to school is around the corner, parents. Make an appointment for your child at the FHB Health Center for their annual physical, sports physical, immunizations, annual dental exam, and annual eye exam. When you complete an appointment during the promotion, you'll receive an entry form for a chance to win prizes. Call 671-646-5825, option 1 today. Most insurance plans accepted, including Take Care and GovGuam self-funding. FHB Health Center, our island, your clinic.
Think you've got what it takes to win? Tune in every Friday on Wave 105 FM with Patty Arroyo for the Hilton Trivia Challenge. Test your knowledge and you can score dinner for two at the Hilton Guam Resort and Spa. It's brought to you by the Hilton Guam Resort and Spa, only on Wave 105 FM.
Political status impacts almost every aspect of our lives on Guam, but many are unaware of our right to self-determination and decolonization. What does it mean and how can it improve our quality of life? Join the conversation, ask some questions, and learn more about your right to self-determination and the 3 legitimate political status options for Guam. Tune in to Challenge the Status Quo every Monday from 10 a.m. to noon on Wave 105.1 FM, presented in partnership with the Commission on Decolonization and Glimpses Media.
Hafa Adai, Guam. Engage in a conversation made for the veterans of Guam with Johnny and Miss Bobby. We want to hear concerns and comments. Tune in every Wednesday for our new time, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Wave 105, the Talk of Guam.
One pill can kill. Fake pills often contain fentanyl. It only takes 2 milligrams of fentanyl, equivalent to a few grains of salt, to be lethal. Fake pills are often sold on social media platforms, making them available to anyone with a smartphone.
Talk early and often to youth about the dangers of misusing prescription drugs and the lethal dangers of counterfeit drugs laced with fentanyl.
Stay informed, stay safe. One pill can kill.
This public service announcement is brought to you by the radio stations of Glimpses Media Group, Wave 105 FM and Power 98.
Subway introduces the Baja Bliss Collection. 2 all-new subs featuring Subway's signature Baja Chipotle sauce. The Baja Bliss Collection will satisfy your bold flavor cravings with Baja Chipotle Chicken and Baja Chipotle Turkey. Here for a limited time at Subway. Gotta refresh to be fresh.
Now it's time for your Real Deal traffic report here on the bright side. Looks like traffic is not too bad at this bottom of the hour, but I do have your traffic advisory for the week. Pavement repairs along Route 8 in Barragata are tentatively scheduled from today, Wednesday, June 11 to Saturday, June 14. Work hours will be from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on weekdays and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday. Intermittent lane closures are expected in both north and southbound lanes during this time. And that is your Real Deal traffic report here on the bright side.
The views and opinions expressed in this show are that of the show host, guests, and callers. They do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the staff and management of Wave 105 FM, Glimpses Media, or any of our partners. As we strive to provide quality, respectful, and engaging content, we welcome you to participate in the conversation. Thank you for tuning in to Wave 105 FM, the sound of Guam. Enjoy the show.
Be my cradle, be my womb. Naseo, my misnabo. Be the stillness of the moon. By the light, it's sky horns to a place I never knew.
All right, welcome back to Brightside right here on Wave 105. Okay, so the budget hearing for the Guam Fire Department is happening. When I tuned in, they were talking about raising the E911 surcharge to about $2 to cover costs for the E911 program. And so they've got a whole nother software in there, and so the costs to run it, maintain it, operate it has gone up. So they're talking about that right now. So let's see here. Earlier this morning, again, 3 bills were heard. Bill 84, introduced by Senator Joe Son-Augustine, would allow veterans to use their military training certifications, driver training certifications, to qualify for a Guam chauffeur's license and related endorsements, bypassing parts of the current licensing process. I just have the regular. Do you have a chauffeur's license? Like, apparently you can drive some bigger vehicles.
Just the regular.
You could be like a limo driver.
Yes.
So let's see here. Bill 99-38, introduced by Senator Tina Rose Munoz Barnes, would authorize the Revenue and Tax to negotiate driver's license reciprocity agreements with foreign countries. And so Munoz Barnes said these agreements will allow eligible foreign nationals to exchange their valid driver's licenses for a Guam license without the need for redundant testing. The bill intends to better serve our neighbors who move to Guam for work or for education, or those who find themselves on our island for more than just a vacation. It's interesting, too, because when Senator Chris Barnett was speaking on Bill 99, he's like, okay, I understand that, there are some countries that are considered dangerous, and so they won't be on the list of this reciprocity exchange. But there are other countries that aren't on that list that are questionable. And he says China. And so why would we want China to be on this, to be included in this reciprocity when they're threatening us? And so, I mean, he even says it, right? Senator Barnett says they had a missile and they named it the Guam Killer. So maybe we should amend that bill. They're not very friendly to us, so why should we extend our reciprocity? I'm laughing, but it's pretty serious. He also says, so if there's 5 states that do this already, maybe we should also ask, why are there 45 states that don't? Bill 125-38, authored by Senator Sean Gumatautal. He said in this earlier this morning, with the help of the Guam Association of Realtors, I drafted Bill 125 with the intent of helping to expand the housing inventory in Guam through the creation of a temporary business license. So Bill 125 aims to help alleviate Guam's housing shortage by creating opportunities for property owners to rent out their residential units under a temporary business license. And so Director Vince Ariola of DPW, he was there. He said there's some concern about inspectors. He said his inspectors are not certified. And so I need to find what it's an acronym.